That's better.
So have you... What the... How many did you get?
Just the 2. For now.
For now.
We'll see how well they go over at the Brewfest.
You know what? We need to get one of Brian.
Oh, God. Do you have any of the old photos of him being ridiculous?
Oh, I think it might be somewhere.
There's one somewhere. One? All right, folks. We are doing another Geaghan's Brew. Bouch is back for this one. Well, he never left, but
never left, and there's multiple me's.
We are checking out the Brewfest attire for this year.
Yeah.
Trying to decide which one of the 2 we will be wearing.
What do you mean, we?
I don't know. I'll let somebody else wear the other one.
You.
Or I'll just put one on you and...
I ain't wearing one. I got something else I want to wear.
Okay. Anyway, we have another beer from Bouch's Christmas gift collection. This is Geaghan's Penobscot Icebreaker. It is a classic winter ale, 7.4% ABV. A classic winter ale complete with enough spice to cut through Maine's winter chill. Pouring a rich amber color, this malt-forward ale is brewed with orange peel, cinnamon, nutmeg, molasses, and pumpkin. I say it's sounding very familiar right up until the molasses and pumpkin, so that should be interesting. This small batch brew won't be around for long, unlike our northern New England winters. We're just talking about how relatively mild this winter's been so far.
Well, it has been so far. But...
Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Excuse me. But that's pouring out pretty good.
Yeah, it's very fizzy.
Really?
It's clear, but there's lots of tiny little bubbles in it that it's pouring and fizzing like a soda.
Yeah, it almost looks like with the tiny bubbles, it looks like a nitro.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. All right.
Yeah. Looks good.
Yeah, it does. It's very clear. Got a nice amber color to it, like they said.
Wow.
Not very many bubbles coming up after the pour, but still a pretty decent stream of them. That's a beautiful beer. I like the looks of it. This looks a lot like Sam Adams Boston Lager used to look.
See, it doesn't... Well, actually, the Sam Adams was more of a copper color.
Yeah.
It was a little bit more redder, actually, but there's not much of a smell, not much of an aroma coming from it. Well, I'm not picking up much.
No. Maybe just a general malty.
Yeah.
I want to say that maybe I'm picking up on some of the molasses, but that could just be in my head.
That could be the sweetness, too. Just a little bit of sweet molasses.
But yeah, just a fairly neutral aroma overall.
Yeah. Not bad.
Yeah. Medium mouthfeel. Ooh, there's the cinnamon. Getting plenty of cinnamon.
Getting the cinnamon, getting the molasses, getting...
Pumpkins there. It's
the
kind of...
little bit of pumpkin on the back.
It's almost like a pulpy, wet pumpkin undertone.
I am kind of getting that pumpkin spice type feeling, but not as cloying as the other... as some of the other pumpkin spice ones that are out there.
Yeah, the spices are hitting me up front.
Yeah.
And they're sticking with me, especially the cinnamon. I'm getting a lot of the bitterness part of the cinnamon. But
overall, that ain't bad. I drink that. That's a good actual fire pit, campfire beer, really, that you could have pretty much any time. It is in it, with it not being very heavy, it's refreshing.
It's going to sit well with you.
Yeah. It's actually very good. I drink that.
Yeah, and at 7.4%, you got to be careful.
Yes.
Because we know how fast those can creep up on you sometimes.
Yes.
And especially if you don't know it. I mean, 7.4 doesn't sound like that much, especially in an environment where we've got beers that are in the double digits. But if it's a good, easy drinking, smooth beer, even a 6 or 6.5 can be dangerous because it goes down so quick and easy. So,
see, if you take a little bit more and it kind of evolves a little bit as it goes on, washes across your palate. Getting something a little bit different, and it's hard to explain now.
Yeah.
It's hard to actually put into words what it really tastes like.
Well, it's because everything's just kind of coming together.
Yeah, and
and if I concentrate enough, I can pick up on each of the different flavor notes that they mention.
Yep.
But they're not coming forward on their own.
Right.
Yeah.
Not like in the first sip there was actually a little bit.
Yeah.
You could get that, but they're starting to blend a little bit more.
Yeah. And as it's resting there, I'm getting that winter spice collection. It's just kind of coming back to me.
Yep.
As it rests on the palate. So.
Well, when you look at it sitting in the glass right there, what do you actually think of? I mean, if you actually just walked in the door and saw that, what would you actually think? I mean, with how clear it looks almost like a whiskey.
Yeah, it does have that character to it. A lot of whiskeys take on that amber color.
Yeah, maybe a little bit lighter, and on some of them. But that's actually what I'm picturing right now, because there's actually no foam. There's no.
I was going to say, yours with all the fizz gone out of it, I still have a little bit of a head on mine.
Yeah.
But pardon, yes, that's definitely looking more like a
whiskey
spirit than a beer.
Yep. But you know what? I think I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5 too.
I'm right there with you. 2 in a row, 4 out of 5 from the Geaghan Bros. It's pretty damn good. But that's just what we have to say about it. Hit us up down below in the comments or the email link. Love to hear what you have to say about the Penobscot Icebreaker or any other beers you see on the channel. While you're down there, don't forget to like and share the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, folks, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.
Keep drinking.
I think I'm going to finish this one up with you.
Next.
Yeah.